Hello YouTube, welcome back to Minecraft. I am Trunks9809 and today we are going to do a little bit of Tinker's Construct stuff. One of the guys on the server has requested a little bit of a tutorial on how to do Tinker's Construct, so we're going to do that today. Actually need wood for this as well. Stack of wood and a stack of sticks. Okay, that should be enough stuff. So, I already have all my Tinker's Construct stuff set up in the base, and although I do want to move it, I'm not quite ready to do that yet. So I decided that instead of moving mine, I would build a communal Tinker's Construct setup nearby spawn. Oh, okay. So we have the spawn building over here. Spawn is actually about here somewhere, but it's close enough. So I'm thinking kind of over here, maybe? Build a little smeltery and a Tinker's Construct workshop type thing for people to come and use as and when they want to. Quicksand. Okay, so get rid of that crap. Don't need that now. So, first things first. I'll put that down here. So, to make Tinker's Construct tools, you need to make some blank patterns, which is two wood like this and two sticks. Blank patterns. Simple enough. You also need to make a pattern table, stencil table. Stencil table, you need a part builder, and you need a tool station or tool forge. Actually, I forgot I had this problem here. So the difference between a tool station and a tool forge is that a tool station, which is this one, just a crafting table of blank pattern. However, if you do that, you don't get access to like your hammer, your lumber axe, your excavator, scythe, cleaver, battle axe. You only get the sort of basic tools. Now, to make a tool forge, you need 4 blocks of metal. It can be pretty much any metal in the pack, so I'm going to use iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you need some seared bricks. So these are seared bricks. They are made by smelting grout. Grout is made from sand, clay and gravel. There's also a nether version of grout, which is currently called block.slime.soil.dirt.name, and it's made from soul sand, nether wart and gravel, or heat sand, tainted soil and nether wart. And they both smelt into seared bricks, but the nether ones are this kind of orangey colour. So now that we have that, we can go back. Back to here. And you still need to build a tool station. So that's a crafting table with a blank pattern above it. To make that into a tool forge, you put the tool station, 3 seared bricks, and your 4 blocks of metal. Or not. Oh, seared blocks. 1, 2, 3. So, tool forge, stencil table, part builder. The other thing you can make is you can make a pattern chest, which is a chest with a blank pattern above it, and basically this chest will hold 30 patterns, and it can only hold patterns. So now that we have that, I tend to just plonk them down in a line. Like that. The other thing you can do is you can also put a normal chest touching this part builder, and it will pull the materials in here. And if you put a pattern chest next to it and you put patterns in the pattern chest, they will appear in here. So to make a pattern, you put a blank pattern in your stencil table, hit next or previous to cycle through them, and whenever it gets the one you want, you just pull it out. So for instance, if we look in the tool forge and we click a pickaxe, we see we need a pickaxe head, which is this, a tool rod, which is this, and this little cross thing, which is a tool binding. So let's make us some more blank patterns. Tool binding. There we go, tool binding. And for swords you need a sword blade, a tool binding, and one of these, or is it a tool rod? I think it's a tool rod. And either a hand guard, a crossbar, or a white guard, or whatever it is. So as you can see, the patterns are in here. If we want to make, say, a wooden pickaxe head, we can do it just like that. Simples. Okay, so that's the easy bit. That's how you make your tier 1 tools, as they're called. So that is pretty much everything from the pickaxe down are tier 1. So pickaxe, shovel, hatchet, mattock, broadsword, longsword, rapier, daggers, frying pans, battle signs, chisels, bows, and arrows. If you want to make metal tools, which is the other thing this tool forge can do, you need to make a smeltery. Now, a smeltery is a multi-block structure, which you make primarily from seared bricks. This is why I have all of these seared bricks in my inventory. So it is a 5x5 structure, but the base only has to be 3x3. So I'll show you what I mean by that. You have your base like this, and then the outside of it, you don't actually need those outside blocks, but I've always kind of put them in. So that's the basic outline of a smeltery. I really should have put it over one, but never mind. Now, to make it an actual smeltery, you need to do is you need to make a smeltery controller and either a seared window or a seared tank. Also, I'm going to need those at some point, so I'll do that. I think this is, no, that's a window. Tank. Okay. So now the smeltery controller and the tank have to be on the same level as each other, so you couldn't have like that. This has to be on the same level, and you can tell it's working because the smeltery controller lights up like that. So this smeltery is pretty much done. You know, that's pretty much it. You can start using it now with a couple of buckets of lava. You put them in the seared tank, and then you can drop your metals in here to smelt. However, I'm not going to leave it there. I'm not. Because if you want to pull stuff out of this, you need a smelter drain. Also going to need a faucet, although any container or any pipe or transportation method capable of moving liquid will work normally on a faucet, on a drain. I just use faucets because, you know, that's what they're there for. You also need a casting table or a casting basin. Casting basin is just made like that. Casting table like that. So, seared drain. And the drain faces away from you. So this hole, is it that way around actually? No, it's not. It was right the first time. So the hole is where you want to put your extraction thing, be it a faucet or a liquid duct, a wooden pipe, whatever. And under that you put either your stencil table or your casting basin. A stencil table will make parts. A casting basin is used to cast blocks. I usually do build one of each, but for the purposes of this, I will quickly build. So now, I need some lava. Just gonna grab a couple of buckets of lava. Let's keep getting stuck on these banners. Really annoying. Let's grab a couple of buckets of lava. 3, yeah, that should do. And we'll grab some ores. Alright, ore, that'll do. I'll grab some copper ores or cobalt. I'm also going to need aluminum. Sorry, aluminium. Grab a few. Okay. Now, lava. There we go. Lava. And back we go again. So the reason you need lava is because that is what it uses to heat the metals up and smelt them down. So you put your lava in the tank, like thus. You can then drop in your, oh no, I don't want to, no, don't melt my buckets, no. You then drop in your stuff, and this bar will slowly start going up as the metal heats up. And when it's all melted down, you'll get a liquid display in here to say yeah, it's melted and you've got stuff. At that point you can then right click on your faucet and it will drain out into either your casting basin or onto your part. So once this aluminum is finished, I'll teach you the secrets of making casts. It's not really that secret, but you know, hey. So to make a cast you have to pour either aluminum brass, which I should have thought about ahead of time because I now need to go back and get copper. One, two, three, four, five. Is that one by one? All this is explained in these books, so mighty smelting, and this teaches you how to build a smeltery, what it looks like. 3 aluminum, 1 copper. Okay. So I put 5. So if I take 1 more and 2 copper. So this is, for instance, the different alloys you can make. There are other liquids that you can put in it. How to make casts, how to make grouts, seared bricks, smelter controllers, tanks, all the stuff that you need. You can even make endstone from liquefied ender and some obsidian. Buckets back because we don't need those anymore. And onwards, back to the smeltery. Make our way through the horde of chocobos. Okay, now that we're back, put in that aluminum and that copper. So, to make a cast, you have to pour either molten gold or molten aluminum brass around an existing tool part. Aluminum brass is 3 ingots of aluminum and 1 ingot of copper will give you, I want to say 4 aluminum brass, but I'm not 100% on that, so we'll see once this finishes. But yep, as you can see, the aluminum's all melted down and you get the little liquid display to say, yeah, you've got 5 ingots of molten aluminum. Well done. So once you've got your cast making metal in your smeltery, which we'll have in a minute, you right click a tool part onto your casting table. You would then right click the faucet would pour it out and you'd get the cast. You then just right click to take the cast off, right click again to take the part off, and voila, you're done. So, yep, if you look over the back, over the top of the smelter, you can actually see it puts in sort of phantom blocks of stuff that you've got melting down. You can also see the liquid you've got in it. And supposedly, if you jump in the smelter while it's got enough molten metal in, you're supposed to take damage and it's supposed to put blood in there, but I'm not sure whether it's just broken like this for me or it's a generally broken thing, but I've never made it work. So this copper's almost done. And once this copper melts, you'll see that this aluminum disappears, the copper will disappear, and you'll get aluminum brass instead. While that's melting down, we are actually going to extend this because the number of spaces on here is determined by how many layers you have. See, molten aluminum brass. So we put in 8 ingots, so yeah, it's okay. What was I saying? Yeah, the number of slots you have in here is dictated by the number of layers your smeltery has, i.e. the size of it. So I think you need 5 layers to be able to smelt a full stack, and I kind of want to be able to do that. So we're just going to create some more of these, and we'll extend the smeltery upwards until we've got 5 layers. Which shouldn't actually take us that long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Smeltery can be any size, but once you've got a full stack's worth, I don't really see the point in doing anything more. So that'll give us the ability to smelt a full stack at the same time. We could also put extra tanks in here to increase the amount of lava that we have. We can put extra drains and stuff on, but for now this'll do to demonstrate the uses of the smeltery. So we have aluminum brass. We have a wooden pickaxe head in here. If we pour the aluminum brass over it, you notice it fills up the table, and then it sets, and you get a pickaxe head cast. So we can get rid of that now, but I normally make tool binding. I don't know why I just did that actually, because I can do this. So I'll normally make a pickaxe head, a tool binding, and a sword blade, which I'm going to need wood for. Generally I'll make my tool rods out of slime, which you don't need to use a smeltery for, but I occasionally make metal bindings, which you do need a smeltery for. And obviously your pickaxe head and your sword blade are your main parts, so they're generally made of metal. And you can just dump your cast in here. Okay, other things that you can do with a smeltery. If you have 2 ores that you can combine to make another metal, for instance bronze is copper and tin, you can throw them in a smeltery. Once they've melted down, they will become that metal in here. Tinker's Construct adds a metal like that called manilium, and also your molten aluminum brass. There's a third one as well called alumite, which is aluminum, obsidian, and something else. I can't remember. It might just be aluminum and obsidian, but it's in the book. So manilium is made of ardite ore and cobalt ore, both of which are found in the nether, as you might tell from the netherrack texture bit there. They are, however, a mining level higher than diamond. So if you have a diamond pick, you can't actually mine these ores. You need either a steel pickaxe or an alumite pickaxe. Some of the metallurgy ores that are in the RR pack also can mine them, but I'm not 100% sure which ones can and can't. So I'm not going to start naming ores in case I'm wrong. But if you, for instance, this is a manilium pickaxe, so mining level manilium, or however they pronounce that. This is a cobalt hammer, so we'll say mining level cobalt. Manilium. This doesn't have a mining level on it, does it? No, it doesn't. So as long as your your pickaxe says mining level cobalt or higher, you're fine. For the record, the mining levels are, I believe, stone, redstone, obsidian, diamond, cobalt and manilium, at least within Tinker's Construct. You've also got other mining levels that are added by metallurgy, but that's a whole different ball game. Come on, melt, melt, melt. While I'm here, actually, we should talk about Tier 2. Tier 2 tools are your hammer, lumber axe, excavator, scythe, cleaver and battle axe. The hammer is basically an upgraded pickaxe, sort of. It harvests or digs a 3x3. Lumber axe will chop down an entire tree as long as there are leaves within 30 blocks of where you're harvesting from. If there's not, it will cut down a 3x3 area of wood. Excavator is a 3x3 shovel. Scythe is a 3x3 sickle, effectively. So it does like long grass, tall grass, as well as leaves. Cleaver is a really heavy sword that also gives you mining fatigue 3 whenever you hold it, so you swing slower, but it does a lot of damage. And a battle axe is either a weapon, or you can use it to cut a 1x9 tall column of wood down. So this manilium should... Yay! So we've got manilium, we've got our ore. What else can we do? Let's make a pickaxe. So, manilium tool binding. Manilium pickaxe head. Just like that. So once you've got all the parts that you want to make, you come across here, you select the thing that you want to make. So I want to make a pickaxe. Put in your parts. And you can give it a really name like Uber Pickaxe, if I could spell. Uber Pickaxe of Awesome Sauce. There we go. We now are in possession of the Uber Pickaxe of Awesome Sauce. So if we come over here, there we go, see? So that is effectively, well, it's actually not. For this, we're going to go back to my base, because there are what are called modifiers for tools that you make through Tinker's Construct. Let's just get rid of all the junk that's in my inventory. So when you have a pick in here, which you can also use, your tool forge you can also use to repair using the material that the head is made of. So I could use a manilium ingot to repair this pickaxe. When you have a tool, be it a pickaxe, an excavator, anything that you've made through Tinker's Construct, you will see this bit called modifiers remaining. Modifiers are things that you can put on to make your pick or tool better. So flux allows you to use redstone flux instead of durability. Lapis gives you fortune, redstone gives you haste. For weapons you've got things like quartz and necrotic, which is lifesteal. All these modifiers are listed in Materials New Volume 2. Yeah, modifiers. So we'll have a quick look through this. I've gone past it. So you have diamond, which increases it to level 3 mining level, gives you some extra durability. Emeralds increases your level, your mining level to 2, not by 2. So if it's already above 2, you're not going to get anything out of that, but it'll give you more durability. Redstone gives you speed. Moss balls give you auto repair. A lava crystal will automatically smelt whatever you harvest with it, as long as it has a vanilla furnace recipe. And you make balls of moss from mossy cobblestone, lava crystals like that. Lapis gives you luck. Nether quartz gives you sharpness. Blaze powder's fiery. Necrotic bone, which drops from wither skeletons, gives you lifesteal. Silky crystal will give you silk touch, and that's how you make a silky jewel. Sorry, jewel, not crystal. An obsidian plate will give you reinforced, which is like, what's the vanilla enchant called? I can't remember, but basically it means that when you use it you have a chance of not using durability. So whatever that vanilla enchant's called. Piston will give you knockback. Ender pearl and a chunk of obsidian will give you beheading. Fermented spider eye gives you bane of arthropods. Graveyard earth or consecrated soil, one of the two, gives you smite. Okay, so yeah, graveyard soil is zombie flesh, bone meal and dirt, and you smelt that to get consecrated soil, which you can also put down and it will damage zombies and skeletons. That is from Industrial Craft 2, which we don't have anymore, and it's due to be removed anyway, so I'm not going to bother. Flux is a flux capacitor or a redstone energy cell, a hardened energy cell. And you can get additional modifiers with a diamond, a block of gold and a nether cube, star, whatever. So for instance, if I wanted to put, say I want to put fortune, I'll put one of each. So all you do is you pop that in there, you put whatever you want to apply, it comes up there. Then you take it out and voila, you have a fortune. Well, the beginnings of fortune. Likewise, redstone, done. So some modifiers have different levels. Obviously luck and haste have multiple levels. Luck you can get up to fortune 3, which is 450 lapis, and redstone I don't actually know how you can go. The difference between these is that no matter what level of fortune you have, it only uses one modifier. Whereas if I was to put 50 on that and then put a further redstone on there, it uses additional modifiers per level. Things like auto repair, I think fiery uses extra levels. I'm not sure about smite and bane arthropods. I imagine they do because sharpness does, but I've never actually tried it because they're really pointless. So this is a steel pickaxe, and as you can see it says mine level cobalt. So that was just to show you that. Also you can get more modifiers by using different materials. So paper, if you make a part of your tool out of paper, that will give you one additional modifier, as will thaumium. And the other thing that you can do with smeltery is you can actually automate it to a degree, which I've kind of done here. So you can have a hopper feed stuff into your smeltery controller. So whatever I put in that chest will get pulled out through the hopper and go in automatically. So I could drop like all my ores in there, they'd gradually get pulled out and melted down. I've also got an ender tank which has a couple of liquid transposers which keeps the seared tank filled up. And to extract, the seared faucet will respond to a redstone signal, so if you give it a redstone signal it will pull out. So I've just got this redstone clock which I think is a 1 tick redstone signal, which will then extract, pull anything out into the ingot cast, which is then pulled out from the hopper and put into this chest. And that's basically it. A brief overview of Tinker's Construct. Obviously there's like a vast number of things that you can cover with Tinker's Construct, but that is the basics. And to go from here, I recommend that you do read these 3 books. Materials Anew, Volumes 1 and 2, and Mighty Smelting. Everything that you need to know you'll learn from in there. And aside from that, just experiment. So I hope that helped anyone get a grasp on Tinker's Construct. As always, if you enjoyed this, please leave me a like or a comment. If there's a mod that you'd like me to cover in more detail, please feel free to ask in the comments. And I hope to see you next time, guys. Bye bye for now.